Listen to the Healing Guides podcast with Hannah or Marian Abdullahi on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Just a good reminder a very important reminder, whatever you would say is a good thing that can happen in your life, which we would call a blessing. Let's say it's something to do with money. Let's say it's something to do with housing, something to do with health, something to do with relationship, any way you could ever be promoted by God to get a blessing in those areas, right? Let's say a job, a business, you reconciled with someone you want to marry, you're actually about to get married. You're, you know, for example, you guys are about to have kids soon, like your wife is pregnant for you as a male, is for example, like that. Any sort of blessing, any sort of good thing, don't share it with others. Family, friends, strangers, coworkers, nobody should know. When the actual situation is happening, right? Someone's actually about to give birth, for example, as a female, then okay, it doesn't matter, it's happening. But when you first are in the beginning process, don't say anything, because that is actually the reason why bad things happen, like miscarriages, or you lose your job, or somehow you start having problems with whatever it is that you're happy about and excited about, and you just wanted to share with anyone because you're excited, you're human, you think it doesn't matter. One, there are human beings who, due to the envy they carry in their hearts, even if they've never seen you, they don't know you, it doesn't matter. There's just bad humans, correct? Okay, so that bad human means the stranger, for example. Okay, that envy they carry, that jealousy they carry, their demons are going to use them to sometimes actually actively do witchcraft to you or put a curse on you, because people obviously can learn how to do witchcraft. Okay, bad things will happen. Like someone could have a miscarriage like that, who's a female. Okay, so, and then you're just going to have problems, basically. Maybe not this time, but maybe next time. Maybe it'll enter another area of your life. You'll have a problem there if God, protected you in this situation. So that's, I would say, maybe 50%, maybe, who knows, even more, of the reasons we suffer is actually because of evil eye, people's jealousy, their envy. It's not just an emotion. Since there's dark, spirits out there who are evil and who are possessing such humans, they teach them to look at you a certain way, put curses on you, like their word. They might say something like, this person cannot get married. This person, let's say it's an auntie, and she's jealous of her niece or sister. She cannot be pregnant. She'll say something like that. Now that becomes a curse, and usually females like that, who are usually the problem in a family. There's always that evil auntie or sister, whatever, that's jealous of you. They're gonna, especially if they didn't have such experiences, then they're gonna curse their sisters, their children, their own daughters, like that. It's usually something people think evil females do, but obviously males usually experience it in other ways, like the way you suffer financially, or you might have mental problems, or you have inability to just be your healthy masculine self that God created for you, and you might go into perversions like LGBT or whatever. That's curses people are putting on you. Their envy. Some perverted male could have looked at you and he saw how God blessed you with beauty. Okay, he might have put a curse on you. He might have put a witchcraft on you that you actually get twisted and go down homosexual path, and you start having thoughts and emotions about that. You go to porn just to watch normal ones, but then the devil might push you to the filthy ones that are evil. Sometimes you don't know. It's not always just a devil just bothering you. It could be those demons working within humans who are actually around you. Again, it could also be a stranger. How sometimes you're just walking by and you see someone with this very hateful stare. Like like they're trying to kill someone inside their head, like that. That's an evil eye. They're putting, witchcraft and curses on you. So that's why a lot of health problems occur. A lot of miscarriages happen. A lot of divorces happen. Two people who love each other, right? Male, female, natural, same age group, not related by blood or anything. That natural, male and female for each other. Okay, that's why they fight, or that's why they break up, or that's why they can't come together, because of that envy entering human beings. Okay, then the demons take advantage of that and use them to put curses and witchcraft on you. Sometimes the human knows it, right? They're actually doing behaviors that you would say is witchcraft. And sometimes it's just their feelings. They're, I don't know how to explain. There's the way they feel that you don't deserve this. You shouldn't have that happiness. And one way you'll know is they nosy. They ask you too many questions. I remember anytime I was in college and I, chose a career, there always these female students would always ask me, "Oh, so where are you in your career? What are you doing this month? What are you doing this semester?" You know what I mean? The more I saw that behavior, the more I had problems with my school. Let's say when I was younger, I had a job, and these sort of neighbors or people would be like, "Oh, did you get a job?" Or this organization that helped me one time. Always this female would constantly ask me where I am in the process of my job. Did you start yet? Did you start yet? And right, I was having problems with that job. You know what I mean? People started to harass me. And then, you know what I mean? I actually lost that job. It's like that nosiness. You can tell, you can really tell that there's this darkness you can feel because God is warning you. There are just nosy people, and there's actually people who are really jealous, who don't want you to have that happiness, okay? You can feel it if it's this one because there's this dark energy in the heart section, like their chest area. I know I'm awake more spiritually. You may not see that, but that bad energy, just observe it. It's in their eyes, it's in their sort of face or head, but it's also in their heart, like the sort of heart center area. I swear to God, just observe because that's how they're feeling. You get me? It's a dark spirit. They're possessed by a demon because you cannot be evil and not be possessed. That's literally how demons possess people. They become hateful, envious. You just need those two emotions. The first emotion will be envy, and then it leads to hatred. Okay, and then they can possess you now. You don't have to commit a sin first because the sin is going to happen after those emotions enter you. So get that out of your heart as well. You don't know sometimes your hatred, your jealousy, you don't know if demons use you to say something to someone negative, right? Like, oh, you can't do that. You're too old for this. Sometimes you don't know you were used by the spirit to put curses on people. You know what I mean? Again, you still are going to be punished for it, what you know, because you actually hope that they would fail in that situation, that you're still guilty. You're not going to be like, I didn't know. But there's people who actively put a witchcraft on someone, like they're actually doing something. They're mixing stuff, taking that person's name. That's the ones who know how to do that stuff with the devil, finding ways to teach them. But don't share your plans or the things that you're praying for whenever you get it. Whoever you live with, whatever, especially if they're not, you would say, people of God, don't tell them. But even if they are, just don't. It's just not normal. Two, just for privacy, but things you would say are not like private, right? Like you got a job, things like that don't matter. It's not private, like a relationship. Okay, this is about the demonic side, the fact that we cannot see. Demons are around us, darkness is around us. And the average human today is very envious and very jealous in their feelings, what they think, the way they're staring at you, that at some point, some dark entity will take control and get in your way using that human. And they're never going to be shocked. Okay, I don't want you to think a human doesn't know and God will punish them for that. No, it's always someone who really is jealous of you, truly does not want that happiness for you. They have evil eyes, not because the demon is using their eyes only, but they also are evil. You get me? They're also making the eyes at you. Okay, so they're guilty. You get me? They're guilty of something. You tell them one day I failed, they're actually gonna smirk. You know what I mean? So it's not a human who would not understand what the demon did through them. And bad people do know they're possessed. They just don't tell anyone. They're liars. There's no way you're gonna be possessed and not know. You do know. It's just that you just like to hide it because being evil also means not being trustworthy. You lie. You don't tell the truth. You like to hide your bad qualities from others. You like to defend yourself. You're never gonna tell other people you're a bad person. That's not how evil works. They hide and act like a good person. Okay. So they know when demons are using them. They know when something dark or negative or bad thing is using them to be jealous of you and to stare at you and project bad word. They know, okay, when demons are using them. So it's not going to be like, oh, I didn't know. Okay, I'm just telling you, decent, really sweet people don't know that. And they just walk around telling people their blessings. Or maybe you're looking for something. You didn't even have the blessing yet, right? But you're seeking it. Don't tell anyone, okay? There are a lot of females, for example, who come up with this great idea. Um, if God blesses them with a child, like they get pregnant, they just go into hiding for those months. Just go far away, just take care of your body, your health. And then when the baby's born, you can just come out. That's something I would advise them to do. And to not just, again, people have to work, they have a life, they can't always hide. I don't mean that in an unhealthy way. Just if that's an option, do it, especially if God is guiding you to do that, because there are some humans who don't deal with that as much. Only God knows how. Just the average human, they just live this life. Bad things rarely happen to them. And there are people who envy is just in their face. The average person they come across is the sort of envious one. Why? Because usually they're very close to God. So demons just find a way to always make their neighborhood have some of the humans that are possessed in a way that they're very harmful to this person. Um, you know what I mean? They saw that other person have a blessing, but they don't care. But this person, their demons are really hateful of this person because they're close to God. Like the type of Christians, for example, who are really close to God and they don't follow the bad parts of their Bible like that. They're good people, for example, like that, or the Muslims who are really good people who don't follow the immoralities in their religion. Those are the people, because the demons are mad at you. They're going to always bring you those humans who could really be nosy and ask you questions. And when they think you're about to have a blessing from God, because they can tell, because they see things we cannot see, they're going to bring you humans, because demons are invisible. And that's how you know demons are working against you. These nosy people always asking you, did you get that job? Did you move? Did you get married? What happened with that story? Blah, blah, blah. Why you care? You know what I mean? So it's not normal to be nosy about other people's progress and the things they have. Okay, even if we're friends or we know each other, that's not our nature. We're just happy for each other. Or we just might tell each other things, but that nosiness, that just a desire to always, hey, what's that? So what happened yesterday with? That's how you know a good person and a bad person. When they're asking you a question, they don't have the same body language, obviously. Otherwise, you're accusing good people of looking like an evil person. Just observe their body language, their energy, their tone, their eyes, their facial expression. You're going to see sometimes even inside their eyes, there's darkness. That's the demon. If you can see, I would advise you to always look right into people's pupils, okay? You're going to see it, okay? So just hide your blessings and hide the things you're planning to do to change your life, including when you're trying to get close to God, the things you're doing, the type of sin that you're trying to give up, whether it's alcohol, drugs, porn, whatever you're trying to give up. Don't tell people you're trying to give it up, because their demons are not going to put curses and witchcraft and all this nonsense on you. They're going to call you to situations and things and give you food and clothing and things that contain those witchcraft, and they're going to push you back to the sin. Don't tell anyone anything, basically. You don't live in a normal world. You live in a world where majority of the human race is evil and possessed. They just hide it and pretend to be normal. And they're possessed means their demons are working against you, but you don't see them. And there's demons who are just out there, just in the world. They see us, but we cannot see them. And they're working against you. There's too much darkness. So God would advise you to keep your blessings to yourself. If you're so excited, you want to tell someone, tell God in a private place and thank Him, obviously, as always. And inshallah, I'm still working on those prayers that I'm going to upload that will teach you really smart ways to pray that God has been teaching me lately. That, God willing, you're going to get your prayers accepted much faster this way. And also, one of the ways your prayers may not get accepted is sinful things you're doing, like these things, like drugs, alcohol. God is very merciful. He knows if you're trying to leave this stuff, it takes you time sometimes, but don't make it into something normal for yourself. Don't enjoy it. Always feel ashamed and try to give it up if you relapsed back into it. But you have to be pure in what you eat, and don't eat pork and alcohol and stuff like that. Don't do perversion and bad things. Just leave the things God hates as you pray, so that then the prayer can actually be accepted. You're an evil person harassing people and you're praying to God. No one's going to help you. So that prayer's not going to be accepted. But God is still merciful and helps evil people, obviously. I just mean in terms of usually prayers, There's things that God just gives everyone. It's just basic livelihood. Big things you really want that you seem to struggle to get, okay, that's when you're going to have to live a certain lifestyle and pray a certain way in order to get it. Because at that moment, God is making it a process for you to get it. He's not just blessing you with it. So those are really the humans I'm talking to. That doesn't mean if God is merciful to you and helped you right away that then you should sin, right? Because He's not delaying it. No, leave it because it's bad for you. Leave it because you want to be pure in heart, and take out envy and hatred from your heart, because that's what makes you a bad person. That's what gets you possessed by demons, and that's what puts you in hell. You know, it's not following God's religion or whatever, because you don't know what his religion is. You're misguided. So that's how demons possess you. It's literally, if you're a bad person in your heart, you don't need to do something bad yet. That's all they need, just that emotion, that envy, that hatred towards people and others, and anything and anyone God created. And it's actually a really strong emotion. Sometimes I try to visualize what envy looks like. I try to visualize how it would feel, or hatred. I can't do it. It is so evil. So the fact that the average human has that in their heart, right? You would agree envy is so easy for them to have in their heart. Jealousy is easy. Hatred is, wow. You don't know the difference between people of God and the average human then. Because I cannot imagine having envy in my heart. It is too dark. It's like a brick entering my heart. So you, the average person, if you have that in your heart, I know you're envious and jealous people, the average human in this world, and you're all possessed. You're extremely impure compared to good people who are very rare, who don't have such an emotion. So don't act like envy and jealousy is a simple emotion. No, it's a horribly big, strong, dark emotion. So you're twisted, you're sick if you have it, and you need to fight with it and get it out of your heart.